Good
This
afternoon,
call
ma'am.
is now being recorded.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am? Ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, you can start, ma'am. If all the participants have joined, then you please start.
Good afternoon, all. On behalf of IOT Academy, I welcome you all for the first session of National Level Faculty Development Program on NAAC Assessment and Accreditation RAF. Let me introduce the resource person of today's session, Dr. Anuradha Jain. Currently, Professor Jain is the Principal Dean at Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, Delhi, an alumnus of IIM Kolkata and a scholar from University of Mumbai. She has been dedicated to the teaching community for over 21 years. She is a NAAC assessor and has visited many colleges as NAAC peer team member. She has published many books and research articles to her credit in areas of business, economics, and environment. Dr. Jain was selected as one of the 100 eminent academicians of 2021 by International Institute of Organized Research for her remarkable contribution in the field of academics. She was conferred Best Teacher Award for her service. She received the Best Paper Award at the International Conference on Development of Economics through Innovation and Sustainable Growth, Vision 2020. She has been the research person for numerous webinars, FDPs, and seminars at various national institutes and universities. Recently, she was invited as a conference chairperson and keynote speaker at Oxford, London. She is also the advisory member of International Association of Research and Development Organization. With this, I hand over the session to Dr. Anuradha Jain. Ma'am, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. And
Welcome, ma'am. Shall I
many
start,
thanks.
presenting, ma'am?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start presenting, ma'am?
Yeah, please share the screen.
Thank you.
And I thank to IoT Academy for inviting me for this session. And I welcome all the participants here, those who are participating in this session. See, NAAC, all of you know that nowadays it is the mandatory requirement for all and for all the colleges now. And the government had gave earlier that by 2022, all institutions should be NAAC accredited. But now, since because of COVID, they have given extension, and now they are saying that by 2025, all of you should be NAAC accredited, all the institutions. Okay, so it's a big exercise that everybody is doing. It requires a lot of documentation, yes. It requires hard work, systematic work. Okay, so I would say here that hard work, but if we make it as a strategic hard work, then it is more important, because strategic hard work is required in any accreditation process. Because if you are not planned enough, if your plannings are not proper, then you may be working very hard, but you may not end up with good grade, okay, what you deserve. Because showcasing your work, your achievement of the institution for faculty achievement, student achievement, your contribution overall in the growth of the institution should be visible. Okay, so how we document the things, how we present the things, that matters a lot. And it is a very, very important that first you have to prepare the strategy. You should know, okay, what you have to do, how you have to do, and then you proceed further, so that you can, get good grade and you can bring laurels to your institution. Okay, so in this today's session, since we will be talking about Criterion 1, that is curricular aspect. So we will be focusing more into this, but since this is the first session for this FDP, I would like to just brief you quickly, like what is the system of NAAC, and then we will be coming to the Criterion 1. Okay, and in this session, I don't want like one-sided thing that I am just speaking and you are just listening. So I don't want that. So anytime if you want to ask anything in between, you can ask. Okay, you can raise your hand. Then the coordinator here, IoT people, they will allow you to speak. Okay, or otherwise, what we can do is I will speak for 35-40 minutes, and then we will have open discussion. Because more you ask question, more you discuss things, more you will be able to understand what we are discussing today. Okay, so you please, you can note down your questions and then we can have discussions after 35 or 40 minutes of, my explanation to Criterion 1. And I'll be happy to take more and more questions. Okay, because as a teacher, we know that if there are questions, it means that people are listening and people are understanding to what we are saying. Okay, so I would like to have more and more questions from your side. Okay, so let us begin now what NAAC grades are all about. Okay, so please just shift the slides. Next slide. Okay, so all of you know that NAAC accreditation, okay, they have like different grading system here. So it is not just the qualifying exam, okay, but it is the grades also that matters. Okay, so this is the system, that if you score less than 1.50, then it is not accredited. And above that, C grade, B grade, B plus, B plus plus, A plus, and A plus plus. So highest is A plus plus, that if you score between 3.51 to 4, okay, then it is A plus plus, and any institution, would like to get the best of the grade. And in this grading system, in the new revised framework, that there are quantitative metrics, there are qualitative metrics, and there is online system of checking the data what we have given to the NAAC. Okay, so this you have to see as per your work and as per your efforts that you have made with the students results. Okay, and everything what you have achieved, accordingly you can just uh, you know make the benchmark of any institution, and you can prepare accordingly those who have scored better grade like A plus or A plus plus. Okay, so next, ma'am. So if you prepare the report, like report is SSR. SSR means self-study report here. And this SSR now have, two types of metrics in the new revised system. QNM you will find in the format. QNM stands for quantitative metrics, means which is based on facts, which is based on number, and you are marked on the basis of the numbers that you give. Okay, like suppose for example, if you have 2,000 students and out of 2,000 passing out batch, okay, suppose 1800 have cleared the exam, so that means 90% of the result is there. So it is all based on number, but along with number, you also have to give the proof of each and everything. So whatever data you prepare, you should have the supporting document of each and every data. Okay, then next is qualitative metric. This means those who require the descriptive. Okay, so qualitative aspects of the institution. So altogether, what they have done, they have divided into two parts. Like 70% is the quantitative metrics overall, and 30% is the qualitative metrics. So qualitative assessment is done by the peer team. Those who will come, they will visit the institution, and then they will assess and they will give grade. But in terms of quantitative metrics, it is done online by third party, which is known as DVV process. Okay, data valuation and validation. So whatever data you have given, you are also providing them with the supporting documents. So they will verify that whatever number you have given, like I gave you example, like suppose 2,000 students are appearing for exam and 1,800 students have cleared. So you have given this figure, but what is the supporting document to support this information which you have given? So this DVV process will verify on the basis of the information that you have given, the supporting document that you have given, and then they will give you marks accordingly. Now I will be talking about, okay, new system, new revised manual they have issued, which is applicable from the this June only. Okay, recent one, because earlier there were 96 metrics in all. Like here I am showing you 55 metrics. Okay, but earlier there were 96 metrics, but now they have reduced it to 55. Okay, there are 7 criterias we will be discussing one by one, and in your this FDP they have allotted 1 day 1 criteria, so altogether 7 criteria, all of you know. Okay, and 7 days this FDP. Then there are key indicators. Like in every criteria, there are main key indicators. Okay, like one group, one head they have mentioned. So there are 32 such key indicators in all 7 criteria. And in this, 21 are qualitative metrics and 34 are quantitative metrics in all. Okay, in overall SSR. So altogether, if we add quantitative and qualitative, then there are 55 metrics. Okay, overall 55 metrics are there. Now next slide, ma'am. Now in this, if you see this distribution of weightage, now how we are graded here, total weightage that is given is 1000 to this assessment. Okay, like in this out of 1000, like what are this aggregation? You can see I'm talking about the colleges, I'm not talking about university here. Okay, I'm talking about affiliated or constituent college. So curricular aspect is 1000 weightage. Teaching, learning and evaluation is 350. Research, innovation, extension 110. Infrastructure and learning resource 100. Student support and progression 140, and governance, leadership and management 100, and institutional values and best practices 100. So overall you can see is 1000. But out of this, like how they calculate the marks, they are not just giving you marks directly, but it is on the basis of weighted average. Okay, weighted average and 4-point Likert scale they are grading. Like suppose for example, if any metric is of 10 marks, okay, so how they will give you like out of like 0 to 4-point scale pay. Suppose if they are giving you 3 and the weightage is 10, so that means out of 40, because 10 into 4 is the maximum 40, and if you are given 3, it means that you are scoring 30 out of 40. Okay, so it is weighted average how they calculate. So you have to understand first, like how the calculation has been done, how much is the weightage of any metric, and accordingly then you have to plan that how much hard work is required in any metric. Like suppose for example, there are 2 metrics. Like suppose one is for 5 marks and the other is for 20 marks. Now for 5 marks, suppose you are putting all your energy, everything, and for 20 marks metric, you are ignoring or you are not doing so much of hard work in preparing that metric. Now out of 5, suppose even if you get 4, okay, so you will get 20 marks there, but whichever metric you are ignoring whose weightage is 20, and suppose you get only 2 there, so it means that you will be scoring only 40 marks out of 80. So that means you are losing directly 40 marks there. Okay, so that is why I said that you have to be very, very strategic. Okay, and strategic hard work is required, not just, blindly doing, collecting data and just preparing SSR. Okay, so next is assessment process. If you see, then you can see that there are 3 stages of any assessment process of this NAAC. First is that we have to prepare the self-study report. Okay, but before that, yes, you have to submit your IIQA. IIQA submission, they accept the IIQA, then you are supposed to submit your SSR, okay, self-study report. Once you submit your self-study report, then they will go with the student satisfaction survey. That is directly NAAC will be sending to your students, and students have to fill that survey, and it is mandatory to fill. If they don't fill, you will be marked 0. And student satisfaction survey, points are 60 points, which is the most heavily weighted, metric. Agar if students are not filling the data, if they are not filling the form, that means directly you will be losing 240 there. Okay, because as I told you, weightage average. Okay, that means 60 into 4, it will be 240. Okay, so directly you will be losing 240 marks there. And then third stage will be peer team report. Peer team report. Okay, that means that peer team visit will be there at the last stage. Once your DVB has been done, data validation and verification has been done, after that there will be peer team visit. So this is the whole process, assessment process. Okay, then next is self-satisfaction, student satisfaction survey. And this self-study report will be comprising of, as I've already told you, quantitative metric, qualitative metric, and student satisfaction survey later on. So first assessment will be done on the basis of your quantitative metric, that is 70%. Then peer team will come, they will check qualitative metric and then student satisfaction survey simultaneously. Okay, so this is the basic format. I'm going little fast because in 1 hour we have to discuss, we have to complete, everything. So therefore, in case wherever you find any doubt, any queries, you please note down. We will take all the queries. Okay, and once I finish, we will discuss and I will be happy to take your queries there. Okay, the next is now first criterion, which is allotted to me, is the curricular aspect. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, so this is the curricular aspect. Okay, first criteria, which talks about all your curriculum and how you prepare, how you deliver. And in this, there are 4 key indicators. As I told you, there are 32 total key indicators. Okay, so in criterion 1, there are 4 key indicators. Total weightage is 100. There are total metrics, which are 6. And out of the 6, 2 are qualitative and whose total weightage is 30. And 4 are quantitative, wherein total weightage is 70 for the quantitative. Okay, so this is the bifurcation. Now, if you compare this with the previous one, okay, as I told you, like this is from this June, which is applicable, June 22, okay, this year only, this June only. But before that, before this June, like those who had applied earlier, so in this, there were total 11 metrics. So that means they have reduced, okay, lot of metrics, lot of burden has been reduced. Okay, so now the system has become simpler comparatively. So out of 11, now they have only 6. Okay, earlier there were 8 quantitative and 3 qualitative metric, but they have merged 4 metrics quantitative. So instead of 8, now there are only 4 quantitative metrics. Okay, qualitative there are 2, and they have deleted 2-3 metrics here. So this is the present status. Okay, so next slide, ma'am. Now, next is curricular aspect, distribution of weightage. Okay, so these are the 4 key indicators. First is curriculum planning and implementation. So that weightage is 20. Academic flexibility, weightage is 30. Curriculum enrichment, then again weightage is 30. And feedback system. Okay, feedback system, then weightage is 20. So we will be discussing this one by one, okay, in detail, like how you have to prepare. So next slide, ma'am. First is curriculum planning. Okay, so this is the first key indicator. And in this, this is a qualitative metric. And it speaks about like 20 marks. And it says that institution ensures effective curriculum planning and delivery through a well-planned and documented process, including academic calendar and conduct of continuous evaluation system. Okay, so since it is a qualitative metric, so first you have to give description in 500 words and see how it says that institution ensures effective curriculum planning and delivery through a well-planned and documented process. Because see, if you are a college, if you are an affiliated college, or if you are autonomous college or affiliated UG college, PG college, or constituent college, now in that case, you know that curriculum comes from the university. And what is our role as a college, affiliated college or constituent college, that we are following the curriculum prescribed by the university. So what is our role there? That we should ensure that there is effective curriculum planning and delivery through a well-planned and documented process. That means how good planning you have done for the curriculum delivery. So that will be at the college level planning, then at the department level planning, and then at the teachers level planning. Okay, because first is the, like academic calendar, because they have mentioned academic calendar also. So there should be academic calendar at the college level. First, it comes from the university. Then at college level, we prepare academic calendar. Then department level calendars are prepared. And then at teacher level also, like how meticulously they plan their sessions, okay, and how they deliver their session. What are the different teaching pedagogies that they have adopted, okay, and how effectively they deliver their session. So that all has to be documented properly, okay, and has to be presented. So in that case, first thing that you have to write is the description in 500 words, and then you have to upload additional information. That means all the proof of what you are writing there. Okay, so in this, the documents which we are going to uh, produce are listed in the next slide. Ma'am, can you just shift to the next slide? Yes. So what type of documents are required into this? Because see, this metric is of 20 marks. Okay, as I told you, that weightage is 20. And you have to score, suppose 20 on 20. That means you want 4 here, 4, because 0 to 4 point Likert scale we are talking about. So if you want 4 marks here, 4 from the, peer team, that means you have to be very, very meticulous in this. Okay, so and 20 is a big number. If you get 3, that means you are losing directly 20 marks there. Okay, so what are the supporting document for this? First is, as I told you, like academic calendar from the university at the institution level, at the department level. Then teaching plan. Yes, every teacher should prepare their teaching plan, and it has to be documented properly. Teachers should have their teaching plan. Teaching plan means like total syllabus divided into how many sessions, then in which session which topic they are going to cover, then after taking classes whether it was followed or it was not followed. So every teacher should have their teacher's diary, and they should have proper teaching plan. Then departmental meeting also we do, like how subject allocation is done. Okay, whether we are doing it like we are taking preference sheet from the faculty members for the subjects preferences, then how allocation of the subject is done. Okay, so that all minutes of the meeting should be there, and we have to produce all that. Then learning outcomes, okay, of the students after taking that session or after completing that program. So that means POCOs has to be properly defined, and it has to be properly circulated. Okay, then proper timetable for all the 5 years. You should have all the timetables with you. Teaching learning resources that are available, then attendance record of the student. Then, like, that they also prefer for effective delivery that there should be bridge course and remedial courses, remedial classes. Okay, bridge course means, that there are students, those who come from different streams. Like suppose, for example, if there are if there is a economics honors course in your college. Now there are students, those who join economics or honors from science background, from commerce background, from arts background. Okay, and mandatory requirement is that they should know the maths, they should have learned maths in 11, 12. But there are students, those who have not studied economics, okay, in 11, 12. So for them, we can have some bridge courses just to make them learn the basics of what is economics. Okay, so that they will be able to understand the class when you will take. So they expect that whether bridge courses are there, remedial classes are taken, then question bank, previous year question papers, academic activity and its planning, then result analysis. Okay, so all these documents are to be produced, because if you want to score full marks here, that means everything has to be properly documented for last 5 years. Okay, and it's a mainly role is played by the teachers there, because everything is done by the teachers. Okay, so that is the key indicator 1 and 1.1.1. Okay, next, ma'am. Okay, now key indicator 2, which talks about academic flexibility. Academic flexibility, that total weightage that is given is 30. And in this, qualitative metrics are not there, and only quantitative metrics. And there are 2 quantitative metrics into this. So total is 30, and 2 are of 15, 15 each. Yeah, ma'am, next slide, please. Okay, now see in this, they talk about number of add-on certificate programs offered during the last 5 years. Okay, and subsequent to this is average percentage of students enrolled in certificate or add-on program as against the total number of students during the last 5 years. Okay, now see first, both are of 15, 15 marks. Now, add-on certificate programs, value-added programs they are talking about, because academic flexibility here means that, see, when you are teaching to students, and you are following the curriculum of the university. So there are many things which are not covered under the curriculum of the university. And to cover up that gap, we can have, curriculum enrichment by introducing more add-on courses, value-added program. And this value-added program should be minimum of 30 hours duration. Okay, minimum 30 hours duration is required. If it is less than 30 hours, then NAAC will not count it. Okay, so minimum 30 hours is required. So like how many programs should be there now? That is a big question, because if you want to score 15 points out of 15 here, that means 60 total, it will become 60. So 60 on 60 if you want, then you should have sufficient number of value added program and students participating in that. And for supporting document, what you need is the brochure of the value added program. Okay, then you should also have what is the syllabus modules, okay, of the certificate or value added program. So you have to present that. Then also you have to present the assessment system, like how you assessed those students, those who are joining this value added program. Okay, whether you are taking exam or attendance, and what is the rubrics, how you assess these people. Okay, so these and attendance sheet, yes. So these are the four component mainly. First is like brochure. Okay, then second is the syllabus, properly designed modules on this. Then assessment process, how you assessed. Then what is the outcome of this in terms of how many students have participated or attended this program. Okay, so this all information you have to provide to NAAC for this. Then next is average, related to this only, average percentage of students enrolled in certificate or add-on programs as against this. So year-wise, all 5 years you have to give, like suppose if 16, 17 to 20, 21 year, 17, 18 to 21, 22. So for every year you have to give like how many number of students participated into your value-added program. And how you are calculated for the points, how you are assessed. So in this percentage form, because they want to know what is the percentage of students, okay, participated into this. So they've applied the formula, that is total number of students enrolled in such programs during the last 5 years divided by total number of students during this last 5 years. Okay, so year wise they will calculate first the average percentage, and then they will make the average percentage of the overall 5 years. Okay, so this is how they calculate. And if you want to score like full marks into this, then the percentage of students should be minimum 50 to 60% students should participate in value added program. And another condition is that the one student name should not be repeated in 1 year. Okay, so 1 year may only one student will be counted only once. So that is also the condition, because otherwise number of students participating may be like more than what is the total intake of the college. So therefore they have kept this condition also, that this number should not exceed the total number, and one student will be counted once in a year. Next year they may have another course, but one side only one. So yeah, ma'am, next. Okay, so this year-wise detail of each program you have to give, and what all you have to add, like a name of the student, name of the program, duration of the program. Okay, duration means like 30 hours is minimum, but it can be more than 30 hours. Then curriculum, as I told you, like what is the syllabus, what are the modules, okay, that you have covered into this. Then assessment procedure, I told you, like okay, how you have assessed. Okay, that may be like sometimes we say that 50% attendance and 50% exam, or 20% attendance, 20% like intermediate exams you take, and then final test you take, or you may give some assignments, and on the basis of assignments. So it depends, like program to program, what is the assessment procedure. Then outcome of the program, like what is the outcome. Okay, overall, what is the learning outcome, list of the enrolled student, attendance record, and certificate issued, and feedback should be uploaded. Okay, so these are the details about the programs that you have to upload, okay, on regarding this value added program. Yeah, next, ma'am. Okay, then this is the format for number of students, those who are participating. Okay, so in this format, you have to provide the information like name of add-on, certificate, program, course code. If any you have given the course code. If not, then you can just leave this blank. Year of offering, that means in which year you offered this, number of times offered during the same year. Because sometimes what happens is the same program we offer 2 times, 3 times, just to have more student participation. Okay, so that you can mention duration of the course. That means 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours. So minimum it should be 30. The number of students enrolled in the year. Okay, so you have to give total number of students and number of students completing the course, because many times students enroll but they don't complete. Okay, so they will consider only those students, those who have successfully completed that value added program. Okay, so you have to provide both number of students enrolled and number of students completed this course. Okay, so this is the detail that you have to provide in 1.2. That means this metric, okay, key indicator 2, which is of 30 marks. Yeah. Next is 1.3, key indicator 3, that is curriculum enrichment. Okay, so in this there are total 2 metrics. One is qualitative and the other is quantitative. And the total weightage is again 30. Yeah, next one. Next slide. Now see, first in this is that institution integrates cross-cutting issues relevant to professional ethics, gender, human values, environment, and sustainability into the curriculum. Okay, now in this case, this is again qualitative metrics. So first you have to provide the write-up for 500 words. And in this cross-cutting means, something that is disturbing in the society. Okay, like suppose which are the social issues like gender imbalance is there, or environmental hazards, changing human values, religion, religious sentiments, dowry, etc. Okay, so what they are trying to say here, that whether you deal with these issues as a part of curriculum, okay, not beyond the curriculum, because Criterion 1 talks about only the curriculum. Okay, so this is everything related to curriculum here, nothing beyond the curriculum except value added program, and value added programs are also related, somewhere related to their career and related to this curriculum only. Okay, so that is the additional value addition what you are doing to the students. So in this case, you have to write the write-up of 5 words, and you should also include, you have to count overall, like whichever programs you are running, like how many courses or subjects are related to professional ethics, gender, okay, or where these topics are covered. Sometimes, subjects are not directly related to gender, okay, but indirectly these topics are covered. Like suppose if I talk about like suppose subject like sociology, okay, so there are gender based many topics which are covered. Or in law, if you see, then also like professional ethics, advocacy ethics are there, human values, okay, they teach some topics there. Or environment, like now EVS is the mandatory subject everywhere, sustainability, how you cover. So all the courses program wise, those who are covering these topics, you should list down all those courses, and as a supporting document you can produce that syllabus of those courses, those who are covering these topics. Okay, otherwise what else you can give? And in additional document, because one will be the main document wherein you will upload the syllabus of the subjects where you are covering this, and other side what you can do is you can whatever like value added program if you have introduced related to like gender or related to human values, environment, or any additional session you have organized, or suppose conference you have done related to this, that also you can upload in the additional document. Okay, so this is of again 15 marks. Then next is percentage of students undertaking project, fieldwork, internship data for the latest completed academic year. Okay, like in the syllabus, there are programs where there are field work, there are project work, internship. So for that you have to give data here. And here also one student name will come only once in a year. Like suppose for example in a suppose third semester, fourth semester comes in the same year. Now, if there are project in one semester, third semester, and there is field work in fourth semester, so one student name will be counted as only one. Okay, and this data they are asking for only latest completed year. That means the last year of your assessment period, and the total weightage that is given is 20. Okay, so in this, how do they calculate? That is total number of students undertaking projects, fieldwork, internship divided by total number of students during the latest completed year multiplied by 100. So what is the percentage? But in this, don't worry that it should be 100%. It is not like that, because every semester, every year, there may not be project work, field work, internship work. Okay, but wherever it is, so even if it comes like 50, 60%, that is enough. But in this case, one more thing, what you have to have is the certificate of internship for all the students. If they are doing project work, then completion certificate of the project. Okay, completion certificate of the project for every student. If they are doing field work, then to with whom you have tied up, who gave the permission for field work, and the completion of the work. Okay, so these all are required. It's a mandatory requirement. You have to produce this data to score marks, because that will be only, supporting document for proving that yes, this many number of students of your institution, your college, they have undergone with this project work, field work, internship. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Okay, the next is the key indicator 4, that is 1.4, and which relates to feedback system. Okay, in this earlier there were 2 metric, but now they have clubbed and they have made it 1, and total weightage is 20. Now, next, ma'am, next slide. Now, feedback system, first thing that you should remember is only related to curriculum. Okay, like I have seen various, colleges and various SSR, DVV, I have seen where, they have taken feedback, they have analyzed feedback, they have collected feedback, but that feedback is not related to curriculum. So even if doing everything, they are marked 0 there, and they are not given any marks, even if everything is done, okay, by the institution. So therefore, you have to be very careful that whatever questionnaire you prepare, that questionnaire should have all the questions related to the curriculum, because this feedback system is for the revision of the curriculum, okay, for the redesign of the curriculum based on the recent developments that are taking place in the industry. Okay, because it helps in improving the inputs, because if you are redesigning your curriculum, if you are doing revision, and if you have taken feedback from different stakeholders, like students, those who are the main stakeholders, okay, alumni, like what they problems they faced when they entered into the industry, and what revision should be there in the curriculum, so that it will help making students placeable or employable. Okay, so this feedback is very, very important, and from all the stakeholders, like mainly teachers, students, alumni, and employers. Employer feedback is also very important, because they know like what is the requirement of the industry, what is the need of the industry, and what changes to be done in the curriculum to make it more, skill based, or to make students employable. So therefore, this feedback system should be there properly and based on the curriculum. Yeah, next, ma'am. Okay, so institution obtains feedback on the syllabus and its transactions at the institution from the different stakeholders like students, teachers, employers, and alumni. Okay, so how this SSR will look like? They will give options that you are taking feedback from all or any 3 of them, or any 2 of them, 1 of them, or none of them. Okay, so for that, I told you that it should be related to design and review of the syllabus. And in this, you have to showcase, you have to provide sample field forms from each stakeholders, at least 3, but 5, 5, 10, 10 you have to prepare, and you have to, upload on the portal. Then you have to analyze this feedback. Analysis also you have to provide. Then action taken, minutes of the meeting and action taken. Okay, minutes of the meeting of different, bodies of the college, like after taking feedback, meetings are required, wherein we discuss like this is the feedback, what should be done. Okay, so we have to prepare that minutes of the meeting. And lastly, Action taken. Action taken means like what action you have taken. Like suppose if students, alumni, employer, they give feedback that these topics need to be included into the syllabus, and framing syllabus is not in your hand. Okay, so what best you can do, you can give that feedback to the university, and you can give them suggestion that yes, this topic should be included. Or at your level, what you can do, at your level you can introduce value added courses on the basis of feedback, because the university system may take time, okay, to revise the syllabus, to include those topics in the syllabus. But at your level, you can start immediately, value added program. Like suppose for example, if I say that for any program, suppose BCom, BBA, economics, suppose if there are no skill based any subject, okay, and student knows that they will get the job as a suppose research analyst, business analyst, and they don't know how to work on the Excel or how to work on different software. So what you can do is you can start value added program on the basis of feedback that you have received from them. Okay, so this is how you have to prepare, because this 20 marks, okay, again is important. And once you lose marks here, that means it will be a loss of 80, not just 20. Okay, and I have seen that people have done lot of, because see, I have visited more than 20 colleges as a peer team member, and we know that people do a lot of work, they have done work, but they are not done in the right direction, or they are not properly documented, and in that case they lose marks. And there are many colleges which I can give you example where they have marked 0 even if they are taking feedback. So this NAAC people, they check everything very minutely. Okay, so it's not that they will overlook any of this thing. They check each and everything, and accordingly they give marks. Okay, next, ma'am. Okay, so feedback should be collected, analyzed, action taken, as I told you. And feedback and action taken, you have to also put on your website. Okay, it should be on your main website, college website, that this is the analysis of the feedback that you have taken. This is the action taken report, minutes of the meeting, everything you have to put on the website. Okay, because now the system is very, very transparent. It's not that we are just doing, and we are just keeping all this document with you, and that will not be acceptable, because it has to be on the website, because they want to make things public, in the sense that if anybody wants to object, because suppose you are showing that you have done so much and actually you are not doing, so anybody can object into that. So therefore they ask that you should put everything on the website. Okay, then feedback and action taken report signed by the head of the institution should be provided and should be uploaded on the institutional website. So we have to also provide to NAAC, and also you have to put on the website. And all this detail, like showing like how you have communicated to the university on the basis of the feedback, that communication also you have to show. If it is sent through email, then you have to download, or you have to just take the screenshots of the email that you have written to the university. Okay, so that means the thing here is that you have to produce each and every document, supporting document, okay, to whatever you say, whatever you do, and then only you will be able to score good marks there. Okay, so that's all from my side. Now we have almost 20-25 minutes, so I would like to take questions from you, like whatever you want to ask, or whatever doubts you have, anything related to NAAC, any process about criteria 1, or anything for that matter, whatever doubts you have, you please feel free to ask.
The session is open for discussion now. You can unmute and interact with the resource person, or you can also post your queries in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Yeah, any question? I was expecting many questions, because normally we take 3-4 hours to complete one criteria, and I have completed in 40 minutes, just because I wanted more questions. Yes, Vidya has raised hand. Ma'am, please unmute Vidya as.
I have enabled, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, please ask your question. She's on mute, ma'am.
Vidya, ma'am, you can post your question in the chat box also. I'll read it to ma'am.
Hmm. Yeah, what is the question, ma'am?
1.3.2 metric, ma'am.
Hmm. Yeah, what is the question from 1.3.2, ma'am?
Percentage of students undertaking
Project work, field work, or internship. So what is your question there? 1.3.2 talks about students under, it should be in the curriculum. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it should be in the curriculum because you have to show the syllabus also. Like suppose a curriculum always shows like if there is any dissertation, any project work or internship, like that if there are many courses, almost all the courses where after 2 years, after 4 semesters, students are supposed to do internship for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, okay, depending upon the curriculum. And also they talk about like some project work. In last semester they give, like in law, last semester 10 semester, in 5-year law they have dissertation, and for 6 months they prepare dissertation. They then have to submit the report. So it should be the part of curriculum only, because this criterion 1 is all about curriculum. If students are doing internship and which is not the part of curriculum, you can give as an additional information to them, additional document, okay, but that will not be counted in this formula which they have given, like total number of students undergoing project work, field work. It is only those who are doing under the curriculum. Okay, so everything related to curriculum. So you have to also show or give them the course curriculum details where they have mentioned that it is a project work or field work, okay, or dissertation or internship. And then you have to give the list of the student, because see in this template I showed you, and they have written program name, program code, okay, then list of students undertaking this, or link to relevant document. Now relevant document mein there are two relevant document here. One is the certificate of the student doing this program, okay, like a completion certificate for the project, or suppose internship certificate. And the other relevant document is the syllabus, where it is mentioned that yes, this is the curriculum, and under this curriculum this is students are required to go for internship or project work or field work. Okay, yeah, any other question?
Any other questions? Can post it in the chat box also.
Yeah, anything else? No more questions?
You can post your queries in chat box also. I'll read it to ma'am.
Yeah, yes ma'am, I just missed what you said.
No, ma'am, I just asked them to post the queries in the chat box, ma'am. So
They can post in the chat box, or they can just ask. In fact, it is better like you unmute yourself and ask questions, because more you ask, more clarity will be there, because there is a lot of thing to understand, inside this what we have discussed. Because when we start preparing, then we understand yes, lot of document is required, so much of hard work is required. Okay, but thanks to NAAC that they have reduced so many metrics now. In this now there are only 6 metric. Earlier there were 11 metrics. I finished fast only because I thought that there will be so many questions. Otherwise, I would have gone slow and I would have discussed more. Yes, ma'am. So if there is no question, then we can wind up then.
I think there are no questions, ma'am. Shall we wind up, ma'am?
Vidya, as she has more question, or she has raised again her hand, or it was just the earlier one?
No, it was an earlier one, ma'am.
Yes.
Vidya Saga, ma'am, do you have any question, ma'am? I think there are no more questions, ma'am. Shall we wind up, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
On behalf of IOT Academy, I thank Dr. Anuradha Jain for the very interactive, informative, and enlightening session, ma'am. Thank you once again for that amazing presentation, and it was really effective, ma'am. And thank you very much, ma'am. I thank all the participants for joining the session.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly fill the feedback form using the link that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all.